can't believe. Can you believe it, montage? That oh god, they're live. We're oh hi chat. Hello. That was a close one. We almost had a TOS moment there because you wouldn't believe what he said just before he pressed the go live button. You would not believe it.
Here's the thing. I stand by what I said too. I'm doubling down.
That's unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. But welcome
I
in.
said what I said.
And you know it's in the permanent record. It's in the permanent record now. I'll be sure to tell everyone later in private, shit talking, the way nature intended for all of the Souls community to go. But either way, ladies and gentlemen, you are very, very, very welcome to whatever on earth this shit show is going to be. I am joined with, appropriately enough, for given how I've just introduced it, the amazing Montage. How are you keeping? Almost undefeated tournament champion.
Yes, yes. I am. I will say that as a last week was a bit of a fluke. People are still whispering that me losing 5-2 was. All I'm saying is that given my first week's performance, I think the footage might need to be reviewed. But that's I won't get into that now. But I'm doing well today. Still thinking about that. I'm excited for these games. I'm just really. I want to see if these players are gonna carry over what they did from week 1 to week
Yeah.
2, or if they're gonna try to switch things up and keep their opponent on their toes.
Well, as you can see here, Space Ranger has already decided to come in world with the double Mogs and the point
Ooh.
downs, the boom, boom,
Oh.
boom. Oh
Okay.
my
All
god, I
right.
can't believe it. I'm just gonna teabag him here from a distance, so because I don't have to
Yeah.
fight him, so it's gonna be all okay. Either way, but how do you respond to the allegations that there was cheating involved in last week's match between yourself and earlier this week's match? How do you respond to that, montage?
Look, I know there's an investigation going on behind the scenes, so I think justice will eventually come out. Obviously, flukes can happen. I'm not going to rule that out, but I think we just need to look closer into the footage, and I'll say that I think the truth will eventually come out and justice will be served.
And how do you respond to the fact that there was an exchange in PayPal of about $1,500, and we.
That is hearsay, actually. And so anyone that claims that that actually happened, again, I'll let the courts do their job, but I think we all know that that did not happen.
Interesting, interesting. Well, the trial has just started, as will the trialing of your casting ability, montage, as we are about to get this match underway as we move over, and hopefully this actually functions. It actually did. I think so. The dropout dragon, just before we begin, has said, "I think montage needs to turn on his bed's RGB for maximum commentary power. Otherwise, we're just
Alexa,
wasting time."
movie time. There you go.
All right. Well, we'll have to check that out on the break. Josh from Xbox, Claymore, B Dubs, Iced Estes. Welcome in, everyone. Montage, are you ready for what is about to unfold? As I realize that I do have to turn on the hood.
I was born ready, actually. Some people say that I'm God's gift to casting, and it's truly a tragic thing that it's taken this long for me to get here. But you know
Interesting.
what? My time has come, and I'm ready for these two to just go at it.
Give us the count in then at your leisure.
3, 2, 1.
Boom! Out goes the bolt there, as we are going to see both of our players. The immediate pressure here from Space as he goes in forces that pressure. Thrusting Sword is balanced according to Shield Poke, however, Double Mogs eating all of that damage, even with the Vatican's Blessing, is not going to be sufficient, as we do see. Space Ranger
I
go
think
for it.
I think the damage output when it comes to both Moog spears compared to what you can do with just the thrusting sword here, I mean, it feels to me like Shield Poke has a bit of an uphill battle. Um, uh, so I okay, look at that
Yeah,
distance.
exactly. Having that space in there, the one thing I will say, though, is that PSGS, the dual Mogs here in this situation, is a little bit of a problem, and that's that Kali Net is so incredibly powerful that it transcends frame data in every conceivable way. And, being able to roll pretty much everything here is going to be very, very useful. And in the matchup, I believe that the thrusting sword still does remarkably well. But Space Ranger managing to clip him there. Absolutely incredible stuff. Adapting to the lat beautifully here. The catch flame! And that's going to be 312 coming up on the scoreboard. And...
Oh, going for the heel, and he doesn't get it.
As we do see Poke here using some... Ooh... Pulling an Enda here and actually managing to get a... We will ask everyone to turn off Cheat Engine. At least he loses. Interesting. But yes, that is going to be... The first person of the scoreboard is, of course, going to be Space Ranger here in this one.
Space was all over him in that fight. Mm-hmm. He kept up the pressure. There was not a second where he left off, and it paid off. With Shield Poke also trying to go for that heal in the end. I mean, that he played that exactly how he needed to, and I wonder how Shield Poke is going to change up his style, given how Space is just glued to him.
Yeah, and glued to him is the right word. Now, I just want to highlight how difficult it is. On high latency, which this match is, I mean, if this isn't over 200 ping, I'd be shocked. What's going to be incredibly important to remember here is that the Mogs actually loses a certain amount of pressure because it can't do stuff on reaction. It has to be, it's still... You have to change up your timings. You don't get those roll catches as well on PSGS, but it kind of evens out with the bleed. The thrusting sword here would have the ability to hit and then roll out in certain circumstances, but it remains to be seen. Poke did a good job in that first round. He went for a bad heal and was punished for it with an insane amount of damage. Either way, we do have our two laggards in the field. Give us the shout in when you're ready, Montage.
3, 2, and 1. Boom!
Out goes the bolt there as we do see the Bodikins come out.
Bodikins.
Not quite sure what Space is doing, scratching himself there, but Elden Ring players are definitely liable to do some things. 5. Oh, that's a nice bit of damage on the board already.
Okay. Both players have been able to almost evenly trade until that happens. Until you get a double Mogs and you just take the full brunt of that, just wall of pain, and just keep stuffing him out. The distance is I don't know if the thrusting sword is the answer here.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't seem to be, as we do see now. Shield Poke trying to find that extra little bit of space here. Goes to the Endure and the jumping attack. He does manage to get it. Manages to reset there on that one. As we are going to see now, both of them reset because of the bug on Seamless. As he is going to eat 264 damage. Space Ranger going for the rollout there. 287 damage, but I think they're about on par. What we're going to see here is the Bodikins is eventually going to run out in these exchanges, and that's going to be 620 from the bleed proc.
That is so much.
Yeah, Poke's going to have to go for it again. He's going to have to go for it again. He does manage to get the reset, but 1200 damage.
That's so smart. Endure into heal. That's like you really have to get like a bleed proc or something like that to knock them out of that.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you'd be able to get the frost proc or something like that might be able to do it as well. There's certain animations that will allow you to do it, but Space is content now. He's kind of chill. He's like, okay, well, the fight is going to go on for a long one. I'm going to make sure it's a long one. And yeah, 420 there in that exchange. Out he goes for that. Are we going to see the attempted heal again? We do see the pressure. 420. Uh-oh, is he going to try and go for another heal? That's a good question here. He's been given a little bit of space. Uh-oh.
PSGS is just... It's a weapon, let me tell you.
It is one of the most Elden Ring things I've ever seen. High damage, low recovery, very fast. It's everything you could ever want in a... Yeah, there you go. And it's a Poke one, so we can have Reddit complain about the Poke meta yet again. And I think it's going to be both of them complaining about the Poke meta on that one. Oof. Ouch! What do you think just happened there? What? Give me the play-by-play on that one.
So Space decided that he is going to just be a member of Mog's Dynasty and just blow his ass up, absolutely sending him to the Shadow Realm. He said, hey, Shield Poke, you want to stick with that thrusting sword? I will stick with what I'm doing, and we'll see how this plays out. And it looks like, I mean, it seems like he has the situation figured out. So... Are we going to see an adjustment coming from Shield Poke? maybe. I mean, it looks like he's still holding that thrusting sword, holding on to a dream, and
He is.
we'll see.
He is a very low recovery attack and a dream, and you know what? Under normal circumstances it would pay off, but he is up against Space Ranger, who is, as far as I'm concerned, probably one of the best EU Elden Ring players. Full stop. I mean, he is more. I think he holds the records for the most amount of tournaments under his belt than anyone. I think more so than Bevan. Fury has only played in one or two tournaments, to the best of my knowledge. So yeah, Space Ranger takes the cake for perhaps being one of the best tournament players out there in terms of consistency. I'm trying to think maybe.
I can't wait for him to lose this next match after you talking him up that much. I'm rooting for Shield Poke. Not to be biased, but I believe Shield Poke can do it.
The bloody NA players sticking together. Can't believe it. Me, EU laggards. Can't believe it. Get out of here. Lies.
Look,
slander.
you put beans on your toast. That's what the UK people do. Then
Don't
look,
knock it till you try it. Yes, the heals affect
I will do
both
that.
players. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, with both of our players in, we will not be standing for any of the slander. Give us the count in at your leisure.
3, 2, 1.
Boom. Out goes the bolt there.
Both Baldachins this time.
Mm-hmm. Both of them going for it right off the bat as well. We are seeing, I think as well, like, you know, Space Ranger's going to play a much more, Space is just going to play for a very, very straight up game. He's just going to slowly but surely chip him down. The Catch Flame comes out though. An interesting use of Catch Flame, actually. That's kind of curious.
I like the idea of just trying to go for these trades with Endure. The only issue is that I just feel, again, one having status build up and the other not that's really kind of the difference here. And I don't know. I mean, Catch Flame is interesting. It seems like both people just want to be in the other person's face, so it could be an interesting choice to get him. Yeah. Gosh, his mix-ups are.
It's terrifying.
I know if I played against this, I know that I would be getting absolutely dumpstered right now.
No, you're a professional. Almost, they have to cheat in order to win. Isn't that how that works, Montage?
Yeah, actually, yeah, that is true. I mean, I say that, of course, just to be humble, but I think we all know the actuality that I would perfectly roll everything. It's
obviously, 100%, as we do see now Poke taking an awful lot of damage. Both players are very, very low. As we do see the Physic coming out now on the side of Space Ranger.
Ooh.
Ouch.
Gosh.
Rough. And he was using the double heal Physic as well, giving himself a little bit of space, going for that changeover. Very nicely done. So that's going to be Space taking this very impressive lead so far. That's going to be round 4. And there we go.
Impressive stuff from Space. He is, yeah, I mean, he's kept up the pressure when he needed to. He's been also able to space, no pun intended, space this thrusting sword at perfect length to really just win these exchanges, really using his length to his advantage. And honestly, I liked what Shield Poke had there. Shield Poke was like, I'm gonna try to close this gap a little bit further and use Catch Flame. Wasn't quite the solution, but I think it's one of those things where, look, you don't solve the Rubik's Cube the first time you touch it, but eventually you get it going. So, I give Shield Poke, one more game, and
well, that implies you might want to translate there for the Elden Ring players, because they might not know what the Rubik's Cube is. Could you describe it in the simplest terms known to man, please?
It's basically a Rubik's Cube is if you've ever solved like a 1,000-piece puzzle and you see colors and you put that together, you do that in 3D space.
Colored brick that move around, real good, real.
Yeah,
Man.
It's like Minecraft. To compare it to. Yeah.
What's up, Karandra? There we go. But yes, we do see the Ruin Arcs here coming out on the side of, I believe that's Poke. People don't know what the Rubik's Cube is. Sure. Fuck Elden Ring. Mangstein hitting us with the truths. No, you're locked into a build for the set, B-dubs. That's how it works. I don't even know where I am. Who are you?
Let's be honest, the Elden Ring community just eats crayons and moves the controller sticks, and that's what it is.
Rubik's Cube PvP is too professional for you or I, Fevial. If in doubt, go sleep. Yes, exactly. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, we have Space Ranger, who's in the right corner. Poke, who's in the left. Give us the count in.
3, 2, 1.
Boom, out goes the bolt, and we are going to see the immediate pressure here with the Bodykins on the side of Space, keeping up that bit of pressure. Poke trying to go for these catch flames to try and find some kind of an opportunity to get damage in. But is it going to be enough? Is he going to figure it out? You said, wasn't quite able to make it the first time around. Do you reckon we're going to see a change of strategy here, Montage?
He's adjusting his spacing a little bit more. You see, both back to back, he gets those roll catches with the catch flame. So again, yeah, he's just getting more aggressive, and I think that is the solution, right, to PSGS. Is that being up in their face is like that's a dangerous place, but also if you are able to kind of space this properly and always be on top of them. I think the speed of catch flame might actually win. Unless this happens, of course.
Well, when that happens, it's kind of a bad time for everyone involved, but we are going to see now Space Ranger slowly but surely looking for these opportunities to try and get some good damage in. Catch flame is getting an awful lot of utility, weirdly enough, as we do see the Physic Flask there on the side of Space. As the throw...
Ooh, L2!
That was a good idea, although... Yeah, there we go. He has the plan.
Oh,
dear Lord.
Just barely gets it. Well.
Look at that. That is the eyes of a killer, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely horrific. That was emotionally disturbing.
And he is up 4-0 right now.
Yeah.
What's the dream scenario for Shield Poke to bring this back? What does he have to do? How does he put the Minecraft bricks together to get this win?
I think the bribery tech might be a very good solution to a problem here. I think that might be a good idea. If you complain enough in chat and the other person takes pity on you, you might get a couple of stocks on them. I think that's a pretty good idea. And Amelia's here.
I've used both of those techs before, and actually they're quite meta, and it's surprising to me that a lot of people haven't been using those.
Yeah, for sure. It is definitely an incredible idea as... you know what? Listen. The EU greeting has come on. Congratulations. You've been added into the cult. How does it feel now, Montage?
I feel alive. I feel liberated. I'm so excited that every single day I get to come on this silly little platform and play 2022 Miyazaki's masterpiece, Elden Ring. Anyways, 3, 2, 1.
I'm actually emotionally disturbed after that one, but either way, we are going to see the immediate pressure here come out from the side of Space. That amount of pressure is absolutely gross. Goes for Black Flame Protection, though. That's not a bad idea.
Oh, he has him in the corner. Ooh, barely gets out.
Just managed to get away with it, though.
Ooh, but okay, hold on. Can he escape this? I feel like he's... Ooh, that L2 has some pretty interesting range.
It most certainly does, but we're going to see that insane amount of pressure that Space has been putting out all the way across. Catch Flame comes out, not quite able to connect. And then we're going to see... Well, who's cutting Baby in the corner? Either way, Space manages to escape it.
Gets his blue off, gets his FP replenished, and goes for some of those jumping attacks. I know on Tuesday I got a lot of shit for using those, so hopefully Shield Poke can bring some glory to its name. Yeah,
and rightly so. I think that's an appropriate response personally. Are we gonna see now? You see, Shield Poke kind of realizes that the heal is probably not a good idea. He badly wants one though, as that's gonna be 348 damage there in that exchange. We are going to see Space Ranger here trying to bait out something, anything. Gets the roll catch there, but is he going to be able to... Uh-oh.
Oh, gosh.
That's a bad time to...
Yo, he is a cornered animal. Fight back with dignity.
He does manage to escape. Okay. Again, Kali, latency comes to save the day, and that's going to be a Kali laggard down, and an EU laggard managing to take the set. Very well played. Latency takes that stock, I think, ladies and gents. But very well played. Very, very well played. And it was nicely done. Very well done. And I think next we're going to have Amelia, the Soviet spaceship, versus Inservens, if we can find him.
Shieldpoke says, "Bad game, inaccurate game."
Bad game,
Uh,
inaccurate game. I think you could be correct, Shield Poke.
yeah,
Mangstein has said once again, penalized once again for 6 months for no reason, nothing explained, and I'm just saying, fuck Elden Ring. Well, you know what? You were given a favor, my friend. So congratulations on that, Mangstein. 6 months without Elden Ring sounds like a very good time for everyone involved. GG though. You
yeah.
played
How was
us.
your mental health improved in those 6 months? Just curious to see what the ratio is there. What's the dichotomy of time played to overall enjoyment and happiness?
That is a very good question. I think one of the casters is that Miyazaki Shilin should be boycotted. Yes, you are correct and right. Miyazaki's house,
Why would
maybe.
you say that about Enda?
I am a long standing stan of Miyazaki. This is true. I'm sorry that you all had to find out this way. Poke. That's going to be Amelia.
Do you think Miyazaki has ever played PvP before?
I'm. I'd be shocked if he knows it's even in the game. To be honest with you, that's my personal take. 0. And as we all know, they don't really play their own games anymore, so it wouldn't shock me either way.
I mean, it would shock me because whenever I play this game, I think nothing but perfection. When I get spawned halfway across the football field for a host, I'm just like, that's such a good idea. They kept me safe from the host. Or when somebody just rolls through my entire body and then I'm dead after a minute of nothing happening. I think to myself, I'm like, that's interesting game tech. I need to see into the future and adjust accordingly. And there's a lot of skill and strategy when it comes to things like latency and the game working as intended. So, anyways, it's one of the big unfortunate things about playing on Seamless is it removes a lot of that fun little quirkiness of the game. And you know,
Well, we are just waiting for Inservans to get in. He is of course up next with Emilia, but I think that was a last set was a really good example of like how this tournament's rule set, and given that we are basically not allowing CE, it kind of affects things. We there was a question being brought up as to whether or not I wanted to allow a script, but I always feel deeply uncomfortable about having scripts and stuff like that. I think that that's something that I wanted to avoid at all possible. And again, scripts could make this all the much more fluid, and I do appreciate Shield Poke for offering the suggestion to try and fix the bug with Seamless, but you know, at the end of the day, we're trying to keep it simple, stupid. Scripts could crash. We've had desyncs with stuff like that happening in the past that have been encouraged with using weird tables and weird experimental scripts. Could work perfectly. We'll just keep it consistent from the first round. I think is probably the play here. Um,
yeah, I think something that's interesting right now in chat, Karandra has admitted to a crime,
mhm.
and Feeble says we should use VPNs. Do you think that would be is that tournament legal? Can we do that?
No, the rules are no macros. There's no macros allowed, obviously, because that's just
Sure.
imagine what we could do with that. No cheat engine. I've been trying to be as consistent as possible with that, and obviously then as well. There's very simple rules like no Estus and no meat dumplings. That's kind of the only restriction. But either way,
Okay.
it's just kind of the nature of the beast, and that's going to be. We're just looking at it here. We are waiting on Inservans. Look, any sign of Inservans? A better game? I think you might be right, Dad. Is he in chat? If not, then we're gonna have to rush straight into the Enda the Lion versus Faude match.
Ooh, I'm
Montages
excited for this.
montages randomly phasing out of reality. I mean, same bestie.
That's live.
Is he responded to me yet?
I'm trying out my VPN tech right now for my camera,
Mm-hmm.
and it's honestly working as intended. These packets, you know what? It's like Sometimes you're going to McDonald's where you ask for a ranch and then they don't give you one. Other
What?
times you go to McDonald's and you ask for a hot sauce and they give you about 20. You feast or you feed. It is what it is.
That is the nature of the beast, and that's kind of your first mistake going to McDonald's, I guess. But we are just waiting here on our players. I have no idea what's going on. Faraday, if you're in chat, we might just rock and roll with our set real quick. This is so real. It's definitely something. Inservants probably fell asleep. Not to be alarmist or anything, if you insist. All right. But I saw Inservants up late in a VC, so he is currently playing Elden Ring, according to
I think you call his ass. Call his ass out right now.
Dear Lord, I've pinged him. I think he may have fallen asleep at the desk. I think that's after what's happening here. So that means we're doing 2 matches today.
Amazing.
Oh, Faraday has joined. Well, that's funny because I actually need to change build. You silly goose. So we're just gonna do my match with Faraday first.
I'm excited to see what you pull out against Faraday. I wonder if you're gonna go with just a supreme shitter build like I did, or if you're gonna be honest. You're gonna be honest like Shield Poke was right there, you know?
Well, could you
Anything's
actually do
possible.
me a favor? Oh, the game crashed. Magnificent. Could you actually open up your world so I could we can host it in your world if that makes sense?
Yeah. Give me one sec.
Magnificent.
Montage, what is wrong with your cam? What do you mean? Looks perfect to me.
What?
It's just dark in my room.
It's very dark. He's shuttering in and out of existence. That is true.
Alright.
Fairness, Faraday is about to be beat without dishonesty. I don't know what you're talking about, Vivar. Who gave you spoilers? Oh my god.
Faraday, huge W. Oh, you got some people against you on this, Enda.
I'm
Enda
not
puts all of his
surprised.
time and effort into putting this together for you guys, and you're gonna have his opponent's back.
That
Incredible.
sounds remarkably accurate, honestly. That sounds actually about right. L2, yo, Mr. Cookie, that's why we hate him. Time and effort. I don't know why Montage's cam is consistently being that. I'm not sure what's going on there. We'll figure it out. Montage is sending laggard packets to Ender to maximize his performance. Yes.
Yes, we do have some. We do have co-host. It's a little okay. Yes, we're helping each other out, but I think this is fair, right? If you didn't have Enda, you wouldn't have a tournament. So if Enda doesn't go 40-0, there's 50-0, then what was all of this for?
That's good.
My favorite day of the week is Faraday. I hated that joke. Rust, get at it. Ban Rust.
Rush bucket banned, real?
Yeah.
What are you saying? That's like a negative? Okay. I'm hacking Montage. Hackerman. Alright, I am joining world. Is the world open?
Yep. There it
have
is
you
in here.
Have you the violence selected? Because I now need to change the ladder setup. It's gonna be one.
Right. Both players in here. Looks like running similar builds. Okay. A lot of halberd and spear action. Looks like Enda's going for his patented spear off dagger. He invented this build.
I did invent it. No one. This is a clever and original build, and it's not Baby's first meta. Honest. As we have everything set up and ready, I can quit that. You are going to need to make the people in the world hostile.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
I leave this in your capable hands. It's all you. Best of GG go next, and I'll chat you all in a second, chat.
Wait, hold on. I need to. Here. I'm all right. Yeah, we're gonna do this.
Do you have a perspective?
I don't have a crossbow, so I'm gonna do the sacred blade.
Okay.
Okay, I can't use that. Amazing. All right, we're just gonna. What we're gonna do actually is. I can't use that either. Incredible. This build has nothing. Oh, here. Nope, can't use that. Amazing. Oh, here we go. Okay, when I use the Flame Strike, that is when you guys will go. Okay, both players are ready. We are going to go in 3, 2, 1. All right, both players. Ooh, we have a Golden Epitaph buff coming up from Faraday. We have the Physic coming out from Enda here, and right now both players are kind of feeling each other out. It looks like so Faraday on the offensive. Right now it's a game of spacies, and Enda with this dagger and halberd setup. He is okay using that length and getting that damage in. It looks like he's also running the cold status effect, making sure that he is optimally getting that 10% debuff that you get from freezing. The running R1's coming out, and I think the thing about Enda here is he has that dagger for the on top of him kind of playstyle, where if he wants to get in close, he can use that dagger. Look at these connections. Just a string of attack. Enda coming in very strong, looking very good in this first matchup. I think Faraday, he was kind of taking a little bit of that time to feel out Enda, see was he going to play passive, was he going to play aggressive. It looks like Enda ultimately did feel a little bit more comfortable in the matchup, and therefore Enda coming out with that aggressive play style was going to eventually just rush him down and get that aggression for that victory. So I think now that Faraday knows that that's going to be Enda's play style in this matchup, I think we'll see a good adaptation, and this will be some good fights. I could tell this will be something that everyone's going to be excited to see. Second match coming in, both players coming in. All right. So, of course, by the way, everyone, we have Enda on the left and we have Faraday on the right. Both players look like they're in position and they are ready. Faraday is washed. Incredible comment from Faraday. We are going to get started in 3, 2, 1. All right, both players opting for the Physic right from the get-go. Faraday not doing the Golden Epitaph this time around. And some consumables coming out. Looks like Faraday's going to try to go for a more passive, reactive playstyle for Enda's aggressive playstyle. It seems like this more patience will be rewarded, but Enda's still getting in those pokes, those running R1s, and using that Wakizashi up close. Now Faraday on the hunt. Enda gets out of it, but gets hit. Ooh, these strings, 3 strings. Enda, after the 3 hits, still says, I am going to hit out of hit stun. I do not care. A lot of aggression coming from Enda. Okay. Now both players seems like they are in a state. Oh! Just like I said, folks, Faraday trying to go more read heavy and trying to play off of Enda's aggression. Great adaptation. We'll see how Enda responds. Is he going to switch up his play style? Is he going to just keep on this aggressiveness? What are we going to see? I think Enda, might change things up. I think a little bit of a mix-up is kind of what, we're just going to see both players adapting off of each other. I think that's one thing that makes it so, that makes this interesting, is that since both players are running a similar setup, that you're going to see this consistent just changing of play styles and just adapting to the other person. Okay.
Montage stream. I mean, that would be the ideal, wouldn't it, Marissa? Very well done, by the way. Thanks for doing this montage. I really appreciate it.
Of course.
You shitter. Asshole. All right. Anyway, PSGS is equal to Hall Dagger for real. On God, my friend. And the last time Enda fought, it didn't stop him. Yeah, but you all said it was cringe, so fuck you, Vivar.
Okay. Well, both players are in position again. Let's see how this adaptation fest is going to go. Boom. Fire is out. Both players are ready to go. Looks like Enda trying to use his Wakizashi to get in, but Faraday with 3 strong hits, a jumping R1. Now he is on Enda's ass. Enda cannot afford to continue up this aggressive playstyle, but he's still trying to. He's still going in. He's being the aggressor, and a big jumping L1 from Faraday. Congratulations. Huge damage coming out. Those weapons just do so much damage. So much damage. You have one slip up, and I think with Enda going in for these running R1s, it's a mixed bag, because if you land it, I mean, the running R1 with the Banished Knight Halberd it's got that poke, it's got the range, it's got the speed, it's everything that you want. So it's something that can be very safe. But if you get caught by a neutral jumping L1, as you saw there from Faraday, I mean, oh my gosh, yeah, like the 700 damage coming out of that is just pain incarnate. And we'll see if Enda's going to still continue to do this. If he's still going to keep on this pressured, angry, really aggressive style. It's kind of funny. And I like seeing that out of Enda, because this game really does reward passive play. And but Enda has his style, and he's going to keep it up. And it's Enda Angie for real. Yeah, on God. I am being pointed down. Poggers. Okay, here we go. Both players are in position. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. And both players feeling each other out. Enda not as aggressive, playing more reactive. I think that's a good thing for him. Tries to get a ravioli backstep. And the jumping L1 coming in from Faraday. Enda trying to use this status effects to pull ahead, but the damage, just the raw damage from these tree spears is unreal. Okay, so now Enda gets hit by another jumping L1. Although I will say he's kept the damage fair. He just has to play very defensive, but still continues to go in. Enda says, you know what? I don't care. I'm going to hold forward. I am going to rush him down. It worked the first time. It should be able to work the fourth time. Didn't quite 100% pan out there, but hey, you know, you keep bashing your head against the wall, and eventually you will break through, which is a very important thing.
I have one thing that's worth pointing out in these fabulous exchanges that I'm very grateful to have Faraday in for. Laggard! There we go. Thank you for your time.
All right, so the coping has come out from Enda's side, an interesting mental strategy, and I think that's what makes this game so special, is there's multiple ways to attack your opponent. You can pay them off, you can call them a bitch, you can call them a laggard, you can actually play the game. There's a lot of different strategies that come into this, and I think that's really what makes Soul so special. So, we have a bow coming out from Enda. That's so nice. Faraday responds. Okay. I like this because they both act like they actually care and want the other person to have a good game, when in reality, they want the other one to suffer. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Flask coming out. Faraday is just going for this jumping L1. He says, you know what? I've hit it 3 times now. Let's go for a 4th. Ooh. The chase down from Faraday, getting these crouch L1s. But Enda having good roll discipline, gets out of those. Ooh, okay. Didn't take the full brunt of the damage, takes 2 hits there. Enda at a half health deficit right now. Lion smart. I don't know if Lion smart, maybe Lion learn. But Lion says, you know what? I am smart. I talked about you shouldn't hold forward as a way to win. That's not your win condition. But you know what? Maybe it is. Maybe that's the key. If you hold forward enough, then the other person is eventually going to start just thinking to themselves, I can play the same way. But then, boom, you hit him with a Wakizashi right in the face. Just kidding. You get, the stuff. And the jumping L1 again coming out from Faraday. It seems to be Enda's kryptonite. This is a move that Enda is just now learning that Miyazaki put in the game. And Faraday just absolutely using it to his best extent. netting him, we're now 4-1 right now. And so Enda is going to have to maybe do a bit of an adaptation, just as I was talking about against the shield poke fight against Space Ranger. Is he going to continue on this setup that he believes in? Is it going to be the Banished Knight halberd into the Wakizashi, or are we gonna maybe see some new weapons, maybe an incantation? Screw it. Are we gonna see spells? Are we gonna get Moonveil? I mean, chat. The possibilities are endless in this game. Something that's kind of beautiful about this is you can create your own build, just absolutely interject your own kind of weirdness, and that's where mix-ups come in that you don't exactly get from a normal fighting game. 1.09 added jumping attack for real? Honestly, on God. Pull out the 1.0 Bloodhound Step and whip him. Yes. Okay, let's see if Enda can start to bring this back or Faraday can really polish this off. They're both waving at each other. Huge, huge, huge gameplay coming out here. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, both physics coming out here. And it is a the absolute BM coming from Faraday. He gives the response wave, and that's how you treat him. You give him a free attack. No, you give him 2. You give him 2, Faraday. Don't be this way. There you go. Okay, the Hay Tech is coming in. This is something unprecedented. We have not seen this before ever. The Hello Tech into the Get Bodied. Absolute BMery coming out from Faraday here. They call him Honest Faraday, but I'm not sure if I feel that he's playing very honest right now. I think you should put in a couple more waves, make it fair, give the people what they want. Maybe... And the jumping L1 into the Hay combo.
Listen,
tragic. Tragic.
and then
did I think you wake up today and say, hey, I want to take jumping L1s to the face for breakfast?
I asked what was for breakfast, and it was a metric shit ton of damage. That was the play. Thank you very much, Faraday, for the wonderful fight. I really appreciate it, brother. And ladies and gentlemen, can we get a round of applause for the wonderful Faraday? Wonderful montage for doing an absolutely exceptional job at the casting. Well done, well done, well done. Not enough shit talk. Personally, I would have done a bit more. Ladies and gentlemen, I hate to break it to you all, but we have not heard from Inservans. So what we're gonna, maybe Faraday is one. Claps for LeBron James of casting. I have no idea what that means, but you know what? I'll rock with it.
I did hear that Inservans was in the crosshairs of the police for pirating Disney movies, so I'm hoping that that hasn't come up to him yet. But yeah,
you wouldn't steal a car, right? Like I don't understand why people think they can get away with this shit. Either way,
true.
What we are going to do is we're going to take a quick break while we hope and try and get in contact with Inservans. But we will be back in just a minute while we try and figure. He didn't set an alarm. What a silly goose. If not, then that will be that. So we'll just give us like maybe 5 minutes to try and figure out if we can get in touch with them, and then we'll find someplace else to send you all, ladies and gentlemen. Just a short one today. But yeah, a round of applause again for the wonderful Montage, who I believe this is her first time casting, isn't it, Montage?
That's the first time I've ever talked on the mic and acted like I had any ounce of information on a video game. So it was fun to do.
Mm-hmm.
I think if I were to ever do this again, I would feel more comfortable to tell everyone that they're an absolute pile of shit and that I am the greatest player Elden Ring has ever seen. But for a first time, you can't really come out of the gate swinging like that. You gotta just assert your dominance as you do in the 5-0 undefeated champion. Well, the second one's in question. We will not count those currently. But as far as everything goes, though, today was a good time. It was a good time to see these two matches: Shield Poke versus Space Ranger. Space Ranger said, "I am Moog Incarnate," and then we saw End of the Lion just taking every jumping L1 humanly possible to the face, and
That
it was
that
an
is what
interesting
happened. Yeah,
strategy.
that is what happened. And apparently, Discord just does not like keeping you there. Montage. I cannot figure out why on earth it would want to get rid of the absolute gross face that is the stunning visage of
I
Montage.
I
So.
have a patchy beard, but I have a good heart, so that's all that matters.
We are going to try one more time to get in touch with Inservans. If not, yeah, Discord. Why it? Okay, all right. We're gonna be patient. Nope. Grab the runes. Why?
Yeah, you don't want to lose out on those. Good Dodd stand-in, honestly. No, a good Dodd stand-in, honestly, would sound like this, Marissa. This game sucks. I hate this community. All of this is bullshit. Miyazaki has absolutely forgotten about us. There is nothing less for this community to hold on to. The fact that you continue to get on every single day is just proof that you probably have some type of an illness. I am sorry that you guys pretend every day to like this game and think it's good, but you are coping, you are lying to yourselves, and that is truly a tragic thing.
I thought this was a stand-in. We're doing a league. If you exclamation point Chal real quick, you'll be able to figure it out. Chal. Unfortunately, two of the matches that were supposed to hang on today were cancelled last minute. So we got these matches in, but we are going to raid into someone else. I reckon. I think that Inservans has died and gone to heaven, and I am not longing for sleeps. Honest. I need to ask for money too. Don't even. I get PTSD from the pity that man encourages. No FC. No, I have too much editing to do. All right, we are going to mosey then. No sign of Inservans, and we cope. We seethe, me mold. Who do we raid into? You just go into Faded. Most of our matches will be off stream. Mang, it's fine. Don't worry about it, Amelia. It'll be recorded just like this was, honest. But from myself, it's been an absolute pleasure getting JL wand in the face 3 times in a row. Montage, do you have any final words before we take you out back and do what needs to be done?
Yeah, I think I've gotten everything off of my chest. Thanks for having me here today. This was fun.
No, an absolute pleasure, and thank you so much, Montage. It was an absolute pleasure having you in, and you did absolutely wonderfully. All right. Chat to you all another time. Say hi to Faded for me, and GG WP Nori.